Your own fear.
Stop that! You're dead!
Hello, sir.
You're no match for science. Go. Scorpion, attack! Destroy. I see you now. Attention visitors! Combat experiment in progress. Please put on your goggles and take your Rad X now. The X-42 giant robo-scorpion is alive! Awaken, my pet! Initiate your search and destroy protocol in the name of all that is Mobius! Crush them with your pincers! Ah, there's a... X-42, attack in the name of Mobius! I do so love integers. I'm running out of floor space. I do so love vintages. I'm running out of floor space for my calculations. Electrons attached to the neutrons attached to the mesons connected to the proton. I'm running out of floor space for my calculations. Hmm? Oh, hello there. You are there, aren't you? Forgive my confusion. So hard to tell these days. You seem familiar somehow. I'm guessing, you're here for your brain, perhaps? It's just up there. Such a nice brain, young, very bright. Little hard to see you. Can you walk into my left, right FOV cone? Ah, that's it. You're coming into focus nicely. Depth perception is a problem with this old monitor of mine. Went black a while ago. That's old age for you. Should look at getting the visual nerves reattached. It's just that the right eye would see the wrong things. The flying tortoises were the worst. Would you care for a mentat? I love mentats. Delicious and smarty. I have all sorts of amazingly science-erific thoughts and ideas when those chalky tablets are zipping through my biogel. I forget them all not long after, though, especially with the data constipating my memory core. Afraid binary streams might shoot out my chassis. Had to start using the dome floor and walls here to inscribe equations, although I've somewhat lost track of where they start and end. Really? That implies preconceived notions, theories, and a hypothesis about this meeting? Please extrapolate. What was I supposed to be like? After all, it might be worth a cognitive realignment if your theoretical Mobius is better than I. Oh, a variety of reasons. You're something of a homily. The anomaly? You're really quite special, and not in the cranially challenged way. You see, you are the most successful brain extraction experiment ever performed here at Big Mountain. A victim of your own success, as it were. If you were to go back with what your brain knows about the procedure, well, your brain could be popped back in and you could walk right out of here. Can't have brains moving around of their own volition. I'm not sure, except that I'm sure there's a very good reason for it. I have very good reasons for almost everything I do. Even if I forget them occasionally. Although I feel this one is especially important. Oh, well. Do you? You seem fine without it. And does it even want to go back with you? Maybe you should ask it. It's quite independent, has all manner of opinions. Tell you what, I'll leave it up to your brain. If it wants to go, then fine. If not, well, you should respect its wishes. Oh, curiosity. I experience that less now that I know everything. Oh, maybe it was when I found out some unpleasant answers. The ghosts aren't real? That changes everything. Why, I can save my computing power for other perceptual impossibilities. Please be my guest. The receptor is there, and the side-switching wobbly bob, just turn that. Good, good, better. Oh, yes, that feels wonderful. This is even better than my afternoon mentats break. Well, every scientist needs an army. Mine came to me after these rather large scorpions kept coming in from the desert, like poisonous frosting. How scary, I thought, but they had survived when nothing else had. Perfect candidates for improvement as a reward for their tenacity. Then I thought, what if they shot energy bolts and acted as walking eyes and data-drained computers and acted as bullhorns? Then I made them bigger. Then I thought about custard. I do so love custard. Or was it mustard? Mustard custard. I miss sugars and salts. I was probably tripping hard on Psycho when I sent that. Had to work myself up to it. Not usually violent, except when I am. Then, watch out! So many chems, such varieties. Whenever I take Mentats, I can feel my entire chassis breathe like a big spherical lung. As for the Psycho, sometimes get the chem dispositories in my tank all switched up. Go in the wrong tube. Still, served its purpose. Did I? Maybe I did. Can't have them leaving. Some reason for it. Ethics or, conscience? You and your brain are quite alike. I'm sure it knows the raisins better than I do. Dr. Mobius. Rather catchy, isn't it? It's my name, and my new name overwrote the old one. This name's as real as you or I, although I believe your brain expressed similar incredulity at the nature of such an appellation. Someone's been watching too many old-world science fiction movies, it said. I believe it meant me. I must admit I have a vulnerability for holotape fantasies of planets and robots and all that is forbidden. As for the name I was born with, like the think tank, we were all reprogrammed to forget them, take on new names. It enforces the recursion loop in our perception programming. Now, trap is a rather harsh word, like excrement. Not an inappropriate word, but still rather harsh. But, yes, I did take some liberties with their programming. It's all right, they don't remember. I certainly didn't until you said trap, and then I said excrement, and then... The radar fence to keep the think tank hemmed in wasn't really enough. They keep testing things. They would have found a way to disarm it. I suspect I have Plan 9s in place, but I may have coded myself to forget them, just in case. They're probably very dangerous, lethal, or worse. So I had to do something else to keep them occupied here. Or as you like to say, trapped. I prefer to have several Plan 9s in case the 7s fail. Oh, you figured it out. No pun intended. Dr. O, which is actually not his real name multiplied, since you can't multiply his real name in the first place. Ouroboros, Klein, they have all forgotten themselves. And not only themselves, but the world, sense of time and history. All that is left is what's here. I reprogrammed their chronometers, geometers, and cartography programs. This is now their world, here, Big Mountain. It was a merciful lobotomy, really, thinking back. They were my friends, but sometimes they would take things too far. And the world isn't ready for that kind of too-far thing-taking. That's my professional opinion, anyway. And I am told I was once quite professional. Really? It is so unlike me to make an error in anything I do. Well, it's simple. Despite their many failings, they are rather bright. They are the think tank for a reason. That I didn't change. Without something to distract them, make them afraid, they would simply deduce what had happened. And when they start deucing it up, then you came along, the final variable solved. They saw that their world was larger than they perceived. Bacteria, finally able to see its host. There have been other visitors to make them doubt their perceptions, but you are the one who dialed back their monitor micromagnifiers. You were irrefutable proof that there was a world outside. And then there was the whole brain fiasco, which forced me to take steps. See, your brain had a special kind of wrinkle, a uniquity that they had never thought to try in all their countless escape attempts. Yes, very good. I should have mentats in just you instead of the other way around. Mentats. In any event, you showed up at the think tank, and because you had suffered a cranial injury in just the right place, bullets in the head are usually much more fatal, and yours was a light case of bullet headitis. But it was enough for the autodock in the sink to change its programming to fix the problem. And the brain extraction technology for once worked. That gave the think tank the knowledge its brains couldn't possess. With that knowledge, the procedure can be reversed. If they obtain that procedural data, they can use it to mush and modify their cranial selves into hosts to slip past the radar fence. I'm sure of it. And once they're off the reservation... I consider coincidence to be profanity, along with the words astrology, herbal tea, and luck. So watch it, potty mouth. My threat broadcast is designed to instill and install fear. And along with the emotional download, other data rides the fear carrier wave. It prompted them to focus on retrieving those technologies and bring them to attack me. And coincidentally, pardon my language, all those technologies are needed to put a brain, your brain, back into its skull properly. Oh, That means my plan is a total failure. That is unfortunate. Oh well, at least I tried. The X2 antenna can be used to focus your alpha wave frequency thought patterns. The sneaky suit, why, it houses a cardiac regulator. And the sonic sound wave projecto emitter was never intended as a weapon. It was a medicinal vertebrae pulse desensitizer. In short, brains, a heart, and courage. Spine. I think there was a story once where a band of murderous thugs sought these things. They had them all the time in the story. Didn't stop them from murdering to get them. And it won't stop the think tank either. Yes, my overly aggressive cammed-up broadcast was designed to keep reinforcing the forget, fear, rinse, and repeat program. Oh, and the get me the things to castrate your only possible escape attempt. But I couldn't delete you or your arrival any more than I could the other visitors. Only so much science can do when you started talking to them. You're really quite difficult to ignore, you know. It's because you're, well, rather intriguing, if you'll forgive an old brain for saying so. Not an angry bone in my body. Have them all removed.
Well, well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been, Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again? Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie? Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, quote, Dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave? Do you think I enjoyed that little moment? Fun? Fun? Is tetanus fun? Is rickets? What about sepsis, huh? Enjoy that, do we? The things you do with our body are suicidally dangerous, and if you could silence your glandular impulses, you would hear me screaming at you! After the think tank extracted me from your skull, they fell to bickering amongst themselves. I'm sad to say we were quite forgotten about. Dr. Mobius saw an opportunity to gain some leverage and had me spirited away to his dome. I don't know. I'm afraid the trauma of our separation rendered me quite insensate. I didn't come around until I was safely ensconced in this tank. I'm quite sure whatever he did was highly scientific, though. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing. Look at it from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you. Overrated biological feedback. Believe me, you only feel that way because you've got all that meat. Oozing hormones. I suppose you're right. That does call certain assumptions into question, doesn't it? Yes, all right, bravo. You've come up with something I neglected to consider. There'll be no living with you now. So, what do we do about this? I suppose there might be some advantage to that, yes. There's a chance that the reintegration would create some improved synergy between us. Well, I suppose you've convinced me well enough. I'll rejoin your body if that's your final decision. Unfortunately, before we get to that stage of the proceedings, we have a problem. Even if I could settle myself back in your skull and reconnect all those pesky nerve endings, Dr. Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share. And you believe them? Really? I know you were recently deprived of my fabulous advice, but... Really? Once I'm delivered into their clutches, they'll find a way past the radar fence and the whole Mojave will be their playground. And that is assuming, of course, that one of them doesn't take a fancy to our body and decide to slip his own brain into it instead. Well, I suppose I do miss those endorphin rushes when we save the day. All right, what's the plan? Right. Look out, think tank. This brain is coming out of its jar. I suppose now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty parts the think tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the Sync's autodock can plug them back in no problem. Right then, off we go. Klein will be in for a nasty shock when he realizes the pacification field won't work on a mind and body reunited.
You require some additional services? And rightly so, I should think. Alright then, let me just fire up the old interface for you. You require some additional services? You require some... You require...
Mood lights have more fun.
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. Has Dr. Mobius been denominated into scrap metal and voice module parts, as we hoped? A fight? I've never been in a fight. What do I've... Ah! Colleagues! Think tank! Alert! Alert! We are under attack! Fire this thing!
Please retreat, or
I am so going to... An attack! In the dome! From beyond! As it had been in the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century. The courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it and keeping its discoveries safe until they were needed to help others, which had always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
The courier had scoured much of the Big Empty, although secrets still remained in the crater's depths. Perhaps that was for the best, however. Curiosity, while sometimes rewarded for its efforts, often proves to be equally dangerous.
Dr. Mobius continued his research undisturbed in the Forbidden Zone. As much as he had attempted to create better scorpions, he tried the same with humanity, with considerably less success. These failures didn't bother him overmuch. Once the rush of mentats wore off, he forgot he had failed in any event. After all, the bright young mind who had come to visit him in the Forbidden Zone had already exceeded his expectations.
The sink atop the dome bustled with the voices of a small town, constantly chirping, arguing, and snarling at each other. Still, this all happened productively in the interests of its new owner. The Sync Central Intelligence Unit discovered, despite its inversion code, it was comforted by the sense of community the other personalities gave it.
The Biological Research Station, obsessed with seeding everything in sight, requested a transfer to the X-22 Botanical Garden, so that it might, in its own words, sensually fertilize the garden's smooth contours. The garden sent back a polite refusal, saying it had prior commitments with a vault it had helped infect before the war.
The book chute continued to devour all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paperclip. It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately orchestrated assassination attempt. Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
The light switches continued to bicker and flicker.
This persisted until the day someone dropped a flashlight in the sink, and the two of them united in their hatred of the showboat.
The sink continued to ruthlessly scrub any particulate matter that came near it. Eventually, it gained access to the magneto-hydraulics plant and nearly flooded all the Big Empty in an attempt to scrub the crater clean.
The toaster continued its psychotic spree, reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare parts. After one of its more psychotic episodes, however, the other Sync personalities decided enough was enough and dumped the toaster in a bathtub. Sparking and hissing, the toaster swore its enemies would rue the day when they had bread and no way to toast it.
Muggy did his best to collect coffee cups, although in his quest, he accidentally trapped himself in Higgs Village. It might have been the end for poor Muggy, except he found it peaceful there, tidying up the kitchens of the think tank professors back when they had been flesh and bone. Well, except for Dr. O, who was an asshole for having created Muggy in the first place. Muggy left O's house deliberately dirty, punishing the dishes and cups that lived there in blind revenge for serving Dr. O.
Blind-eyed old Jefferson eventually discovered a new sound. Silence. It only made him more filled with the blues than before. It was rumored by the other personalities that he had a brief fling with the light switches, although he forgot their names much too often and was soon left in the dark as punishment.
Autodoc, always gentle and methodical, kept sewing up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The Autodoc was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre were bored out of their skulls in that toxic, dead city. In time, the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
As the courier ran through the X-8 facility multiple times, the computers analyzed the test subject's movements. Rather than performing a superficial observation, they realized the subject barely knew what communism was, or even what a high school was. This confused them for a time, until the facility finally realized that its research had succeeded. So it let its cyber dogs out into the wastes to help protect small communities from physical aggression rather than communist propaganda.
The infiltration program in X-13 felt spent, having repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more. It felt warm, fulfilled, and a bit sluggish. It realized not long after the stealth suit had left it without so much as a note on the nightstand. So the infiltration program sent out robo-brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends who kept breaking into the facility.
The courier, organs intact, continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
The think tank basement, filled with the lobotomized robotical frames of the doctors, now served as a graveyard. The monitors had recorded the battle in its entirety, including the think tank's final, shrill, terrified screams, whimpers, and pleas for mercy. They broadcast these humiliating last moments as a warning to anyone approaching the perimeter that other smarty pants were not welcome. The courier was the inheritor of the Big Empty, and there was room for only one will in the halls of the think tank dome.
There is an expression in the wasteland, old world blues.
It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, Old World Blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was old world blues, and new world hope. And hope ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal Ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The sink sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
tell me you stomped Dr. O's brain into a fine paste. Did he squeal? Did he beg? God, I hope he begged. Who's the flatware bitch now, oh? Oh, sweet, sweet fulfillment! I'll break these down for you just as fast as I can. I love Mug so much, I just might kill myself.
With Zillow 360, you can buy, sell, and finance in one glorious low-stress bundle.
I got pain, but I'm walking with a blank face. Shawty playing, but she knows she in. I got pain, but I'm walking with a blank face. Shawty playing, but she knows she in the right place. I'm just saying I don't wanna leave the house today. It's raining, bitch, you know me. Bitch, you know me. Pay attention to the shit you can and can't say. Count my last days, bitch, I'm dying slowly. Take my hand, say the plan, cause I'm banned from this planet. Bitch, you know me. Bitch, you know me. Ay. I'm so numb and the head so cold. Didn't wanna lie to you, please don't go. I'm a fucking devil, nigga, I already know. Break this fucking phone, then away I go. I'm so done with the way she be. At the same time, it's because of me. Girl, I see, I'm the one with the key. I don't got no time to really play with her. Hit that pussy from the back, I think I came in her. Walking around the crib, this bitch ain't got no shame in her. Picture perfect like I'm in a fucking game, nigga. Wish I saw you show affection, but I'm blind now. But I know I'm fucking with a different kind now. Call me crazy, but my life's on the line now. Run the lights if they pull up on the side now. Ay. I'm so numb and the head so cold. Didn't wanna lie to you, please don't go. I'm a fucking devil, nigga, I already know. Break this fucking phone, then away I go. I'm so done with the way she be. At the same time, it's because of me. Girl, I see, I'm the one with the key. I got pain, but I'm walking with a blank face. Shawty playing, but she knows she in the right place. I'm just saying I don't wanna leave the house today. It's raining, bitch, you know me. Bitch, you know me. Pay attention to the shit you can and can't say. Count my last days, bitch, I'm dying slowly. Take my hand, say the plan, cause I'm banned from this planet. Bitch, you know me. Bitch, you know me. Ay. I'm so numb and the head so cold. Didn't wanna lie to you, please don't go. I'm a fucking devil, nigga, I already know. Break this fucking phone, then away I go. I'm so done with the way she be. At the same time, it's because of me. Girl, I see, I'm the one with the key. I don't got no time to really play with her. Hit that pussy from the back, I think I came in her. Walking around the crib, this bitch ain't got no shame in her. Picture perfect like I'm in a fucking game, nigga. Wish I saw you show affection, but I'm blind now. But I know I'm fucking with a different kind now. Call me crazy, but my life's on the line now. Run the lights if they pull up on the side now. Ay. I'm so numb and the head so cold. Didn't wanna lie to you, please don't go. I'm a fucking devil, nigga, I already know. Break this fucking phone, then away I go. I'm so done with the way she be. At the same time, it's because of I got pain, but I'm walking with a blank face. Shawty playing, but she knows she in the right place. I'm just saying I don't wanna leave the house today. It's raining, bitch, you know me. Bitch, you know me. Pay attention to the shit you can and can't say. Count my last days, bitch, I'm dying slowly. Take my hand, say the plan, cause I'm banned from this planet. Bitch, you know me. Bitch, you know me. Ay. I'm so numb and the head so cold. Didn't wanna lie to you, please don't go. I'm a fucking devil, nigga, I already know. Break this fucking phone, then away I go. I'm so done with the way she be. At the same time, it's because of me. Girl, I see, I'm the one with the key. I don't got no time to really play with her. Hit that pussy from the back, I think I came in her. Walking around the crib, this bitch ain't got no shame in her. Picture perfect like I'm in a fucking game, nigga. Wish I saw you show affection, but I'm blind now. But I know I'm fucking with a different kind now. Call me crazy, but my life's on the line now. Run the lights if they pull up on the side now. Ay. I'm so numb and the head so cold. Didn't wanna lie to you, please don't go. I'm a fucking devil, nigga, I already know. Break this fucking phone, then away I go. I'm so done with the way she be. At the same time, it's because of me. Girl, I see, I'm the one with the key. I got pain, but I'm walking with a blank face. Shawty playing, but she knows she in the right place. I'm just saying I don't wanna leave the house today. It's raining, bitch, you know me. Bitch, you know me. Pay attention to the shit you can and can't say. Count my last days, bitch, I'm dying slowly. Take my hand, say the plan, cause I'm banned from this planet. Bitch, you know me. Bitch, you know me. Ay. I'm so numb in the head, so cold. Didn't wanna lie to you, please don't go. I'm a fucking devil, nigga, I already know. Break this fucking phone, then away I go. I'm so done with the way she be. At the same time, it's because of me. Girl, I see, I'm the one with the key. I don't got no time to really play with her. Hit that pussy from the back, I think I came in her. Walking around the crib, this bitch ain't got no shame in her. Picture perfect like I'm in a fucking game, nigga. Wish I saw you show affection, but I'm blind now. But I know I'm fucking with a different kind now. Call me crazy, but my life's on the line now. Run the lights if they pull up on the side now. I'm so numb in the head, so cold. Didn't wanna lie to you, please don't go. I'm a fucking devil, nigga, I already know. Break this fucking phone, then away I go. I'm so done with the way she be.
Testing.
I got pain, but I'm walking with a blank face. Shawty playing, but she knows she in the right place. I'm just saying I don't wanna leave the house today. It's raining, bitch, you know me. Bitch, you know me. Pay attention to the shit you can and can't say. Count my last days, bitch, I'm dying slowly. Take my hand, say the plan, cause I'm banned from this planet. Bitch, you know me. Bitch, you know me. Ay. I'm so numb in the head, so cold. Didn't wanna lie to you, please don't go. I'm a fucking devil, nigga, I already know. Break this fucking phone, then away I go. I'm so done with the way she be. At the same time, it's because of me. Girl, I see, I'm the one with the key. I don't got no time to really play with her. Hit that pussy from the back, I think I came in her. Walking around the crib, this bitch ain't got no shame in her. Picture perfect like I'm in a fucking game, nigga. Wish I saw you show affection, but I'm blind now. But I know I'm fucking with a different kind now. Call me crazy, but my life's on the line now. Run the lights if they pull up on the side now. I'm so numb in the head, so cold. I got pain, but I'm walking with a blank face. Shawty playing, but she knows she in the right place. I'm just saying I don't wanna leave the house today. It's raining, bitch, you know me. Bitch, you know me. Pay attention to the shit you can and can't say. Count my last days, bitch, I'm dying slowly. Take my hand, say the plan, cause I'm banned from this planet. Bitch, you know me. Bitch, you know me. Ay. I'm so numb in the head, so cold. Didn't wanna lie to you, please don't go. I'm a fucking devil, nigga, I already know. Break this fucking phone, then away I go. I'm so done with the way she be. At the same time, it's because of me. Girl, I see, I'm the one with the key. I don't got no time to really play with her. Hit that pussy from the back, I think I came in her. Walking around the crib, this bitch ain't got no shame in her. Picture perfect like I'm in a fucking game, nigga. Wish I saw you show affection, but I'm blind now. But I know I'm fucking with a different kind now. Call me crazy, but my life's on.
You called last century. Unfortunately, now he cannot answer the call. Leave your message. And have a nice trip.
Last century.
With Zillow 360, you can
Still checking if the place still cold. Moving in a way, no place, no snow. Straight chilling with my niggas and shiver. Thinking about South Lake, thoughts on the river. Move back, nigga, move back, nigga. Fake Jordan, that's whack ass bitch, nigga. I come back with 11 damn shots. I claim this city and I take your spot. Stay thinking about a white one, thinking about a bright sun. That I changed straight from the dark shit. No tape when I'm playing with the black gun, nigga. You ain't never been a god since the last run. No stats in the place that's shown. A lot of niggas tell me that I never really own. Track to the place, back, nigga. Tell me that I'm like a nigga, but my flow sicker. Calling, I'm calling, shit, yeah. Dressed like a motherfucking god when I reach the spot. Niggas always tell me that I made it from the empty slot. Change ways, niggas, no truth, no plot. Fuck a whack brand, no top, no spot. Chase all day to the thoughts in the back. Put my niggas fuck bitches in the back of the cab. Claim riches, but a nigga been whack. Never talk, boy, with your fake ass stack. Cash, talking about cash, nigga. When I throw that shade, catch, nigga. Last time when I talked to a man, well shit. Run quick, slash for the neck, nigga. Know I gotta make it out the cold for the best show. Please don't try, never show my pack. Bitch, don't cry, just move that tag. That's trash, thought I never really say this. Call my music on my ex-bitch playlist. Bitches say 613, that's the greatest. But I never see no niggas ever famous. Facts, boy, leg boy, trash boy. 10 fake babe, pretty face ass boy. Know I tell these niggas that I never do shit, but my thoughts never sit, so I'm never not slick, nigga. Watch me leave this place you stay. Think about the fault you made. Change the fucking shit you say. I may be back another day. calling, I'm calling, 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 calling. Shit, yeah. Dressed like a motherfucking god when I reach the spot. Niggas always tell me that I made it from the empty slot. Change ways, niggas, no truth, no plot. Fuck a wet brand, no top, no spot. Chase all day to the thoughts in the back. With my niggas fuck bitches in the back of the cab. Claim riches, but a nigga been whack. Never talk, boy, with your fake ass stack. Cash, cash, talking about cash, cash, nigga. When I throw that shade, catch, catch, nigga. Last time when I talk to a man, well shit. Run quick, slash, slash for the neck, nigga. No, I gotta make it out the cold for the best show. Please don't try, never show my back. Bitch, don't cry, just move that tag. That's trash, thought I never really say this. Call my music on my ex-bitch playlist. Bitches say 613, that's the greatest. But I never see no niggas ever famous. Facts boy, leg boy, trash boy. 10 fake babe, pretty face ass boy. No, I tell these niggas that I never do shit. But my thoughts never sit, so I'm never not slick, nigga. Watch me leave this place you stay. Think about the fault you made. Change the fucking shit you say. I may be back another day.
From the north side.